They're interesting because they will lay their eggs in here, so you have to go in there and get them, and the boys attack you, which is also so much fun. These are our Queen Sylvia Silvers. They are also quite spirited, and the males tend to be extremely protective, and the females apparently love to lay their eggs in their run instead of in their coop where they're supposed to. Now we are going to go back over towards the front of our garden area, and we'll show you some of what's growing over there before I get over that direction. It is very, very weedy. We needed to weed it last weekend. It didn't happen. We were going to weed it a couple days ago, and then it rained profusely, our monsoon. So hopefully Friday we will get around to weeding it. We have corn growing there, but we also have Johnson grass, which looks like corn. And you would probably mistake it for corn quite easily, but thankfully we have put our corn in rows to keep them all separately. This is actually our peaches and cream and McCaslin beans, along with weeds. Now, we plant our corn and our beans together. So, well, our beans and our pole beans and our corn together, so they can grow together, and the beans will actually grow up the stalk, so there's no reason to have to trellis your beans. Saves a lot of work. So you got an interesting little bug over here. Got a lot of them little funky critters. I'm sure they're not good for your gardens, but a little bug here and there is not going to hurt nothing. So, lots of corn. One of our little young enterprise trees. You can see some of the beans protruding out of the tops. We thought we lost a lot of our beans. Oddly enough, in our last frost, it killed a lot of the beans, but it didn't the corn, and corn is actually usually a little bit more sensitive than beans are, so it's kind of odd, but hey, we're happy because it was easier to get a hold of the beans than it was the corn. As you will see, this tree, King of Tompkins County, has took off this year and took off the wrong direction. Well, hello, Charlie. As you know, Charlie is one of our farm cats that regularly makes an appearance because he is such a loving little boy, aren't you? And he looks for treats. I don't have any treats for you. I just have vegetables, and you don't like to eat peas. Huh? Do you? Nope. You don't like to eat peas, do you? Okie dokie. You will see all that is cabbage all the way down through there. We like cabbage. You can freeze cabbage, you can cook cabbage, you can ferment cabbage. I've got a crock that I use, and I ferment sauerkraut with some caraway seed. Oh, it's so good. A little bit of salt. We try not to eat a whole lot of salt around here. Try to season with other stuff, but a lot of caraway seed and your cauliflower or your cabbage. And I use spring water. Charlie is getting me down there, wants attention. But I use spring water and ferment it all naturally. Hopefully I'll get to show you a video on how I do that also. So, got some more beans here. This is actually, I believe this one is actually some popcorn. Not sure what kind it is, but I've got some more brassicas. I gotta get this weeded because we've got our tomatoes growing here, but we've also got the last bit of some of our radishes. And I don't remember what kind of brassicas I've planted here, but we'll know shortly because they'll be producing. It could be purple of Sicily the way they're growing, or it could be snowball cauliflower. I bet that's what it is by the looks of it, because it doesn't have any purple color to it. Here we actually had a sunflower patch last year. So I am actually stepping on several of them. We've got several sunflowers growing. These are volunteers because they either got their seeds knocked on the ground, the birds ate them and deposited them for us. Probably not likely in that case. They probably just fell to the ground. But anyway, we're going to let them grow. And pollinators will love them. And they help aerate the ground also in the garden. So we don't mind. And they're beautiful. It's nice to have a beautiful site other than weeds in your garden, because those are no fun. Somebody has left our weed hoe out. Unfortunately, because when you leave it out, the sun gets it, the water gets it, and then it rots. Then you got to take it back and get it warrantied, or you got to throw it away. One of the two. Hopefully somebody will get that tomorrow. Lots of radishes, more tomatoes. Hopefully we'll get some tomatoes starting to produce off of these soon. That one is going to be a purple Sicily. I can see the purple color to it. Kind of mixed and matched some of our brassicas this year. Mainly because I was going to produce them anyway. And so I'm going to grow them. I know what they are when I pick them. So there was no reason to just go through and separate them all off. Now, got a little bitty tomatoes growing here. Most of these in this row are actually black or really dark. They're going to be Black Prince and Creole. I think there might be some Hampson in here too. Maybe some Afternoon Delight. More corn. More butterfly weed. Now, the Johnson grass I was talking about is this. This is not corn. This is Johnson grass. It is not pleasant. It is not fun. It's very annoying. It grows in clumps. It's hard to get rid of. It spreads like wildfire. This is our strawberry popcorn. So as you can see, we're going to have to go through here and get the weeds out, get the Johnson grass out, and try to figure out which ones our strawberry popcorns are. Obviously, we'll know once they produce, but for right now, it's gonna be fun this weekend. Yeah, they're just kind of going crazy everywhere. Ugh. One of those times you really, 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 really wished you would have prioritized that. Now, down through here, the Johnson grass is not so bad. It's pretty reasonable. You can actually see the corn. You can also see the weeds. That's what the weed hoe's for. You can actually see some beans too. I hadn't seen many beans on this row. This row was actually planted the same time as the other row, but strawberry popcorn is more of a dwarfing corn. Pretty small little ears of corn. So it doesn't produce a big stalk, and they are pretty tiny anyway, but you can see they're not even close to the size of the other corn. And was one of the first corns we actually planted down here in the field. So I think that about does it for today. And then hopefully I will get behind the garden in the next couple of days and get you a video of what's going on back there. But I appreciate you sticking with us and watching this video. And if you like us and like what you're doing, then subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye.